Good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you are, and welcome to Requiem for London Chronicles the City of Martyrs, Chapter 2. And we begin our scene at the chop shop, the Brick Lane chop shop, a Carthian gathering, a party, a living and undead party of people who are celebrating their victory over the enlightened, the martyrs. Blood is being gathered, being given, and music is being played loudly as both enlightened and primitive kindred are celebrating, glorifying the battle that they have just participated in. They have bloodied their fangs, their teeth, their claws, and they are embracing it, glorifying it, celebrating the fact that they've rescued their fellow kindred, liberated their brothers and sisters. And now the Carthian ranks have swollen with new members, with young and old kindred who see this group as being the way forward in London. And as this party gets louder, more noisy, and the music gets more bass, more tempo, we will just zoom in on this one particular kindred who is not perhaps having as much fun or is as enjoying the festivities as the others. And as we zoom in, take it away.
Yeah, this kind of thing is, well, it was not something she enjoyed or really did when she was mortal. Even less so now. Emily is she's just has her hoodie on and her cargo pants, and she's just sitting at a distance, watching all of this, just contemplating all different things. She's wondering what her brother of the blood, is doing. Seems to be taking up quite a bit of her time, her free time. She's also considering what he has said in the past, post-past, but still, that does she even realize how far she's fallen? Do you even realize how far you've already gone? Well, she doesn't. She's pretty sure herself that she has fallen, and she has lost a lot of what it once was her. It wasn't until a few months ago, give or take, she had any say in this. Now she's here, she's doing all sorts of shit on her own. Her doom, her impending doom, was probably around some corner, since she hasn't been successful in doing what her master, her sire, has commanded her to. So she's fearful of that, but she's most fearful of is that Jonathan is actually correct, and she is losing. Then again, she thinks back. Sure, she killed all those people and didn't put much of a dent on it, but on the other hand, she actually went out of her way and risked her own life to save the person that she made a ghoul. That does fill her with a little bit of hope. Not a lot, given all the other things that are potentially coming down on her like a ton of bricks, but for the moment, she can, well, relax in the fact that she is about as awkward as she's always at, well, social gatherings, especially a celebration like this. I was probably drinking and talking and she just seems to be very much for herself, and just whenever someone looks at her, they don't get the growl or the snarl as most normal is for people who are losing to the beast and loners. No, they get a quick look of confusion or surprise that someone's looking at her, and then a turn of the head and her looking away. Coming across more as a embarrassed or afraid teenager, even though under this hoodie, under this face of hers, there is a monster. In no uncertain terms, a monster that is quite the thing to see.
As this is going through your mind, and as you observe, yes, this event, and you see the party, yes, you see ghouls, kindred, mortals, all in this sort of mechanic shop, this car chop shop. But this DJ has been set up, this music has been set up, the bar has been set up, and people are having a great time. Celebrating. The bass is thick and heavy and loud. It vibrates through you, and your kindred senses are even awakened or aroused by everything that's going on. The blood that is pumping around you, and this is a big key element to the Carthian movement. They seem to celebrate mixing themselves, the mortals, mixing themselves with the people, the new culture, the new youth. It's vibrant, it's life. But of course there are predators in this crowd. Of course there are kindred who are merely there to feed, others to enjoy, others to embrace, and others just simply there for the blood. But this party goes on for quite some time. A familiar face will approach you and look to you, and his beast comes across in a very seductive, very soothing way. And as he kind of, somewhat surprisingly, kind of emerges behind you or near you and sits beside you, and he kind of has a young herd creature, a young feeding mortal next to him. But he looks at you and just goes, "Hey, oh, hey, kiddo, what's with the glim face?"
The what? I don't have a glim face. She tries and fails to just. I was just thinking.
Yeah, he's got quite a few dice here, so he just simply just look. What happened at the lab? I know is bad. I know it's difficult. But you did the right thing. You did a good thing. God, look at all the people you've rescued. Look at all the people that are happy now because of what you did.
Yeah, all the people. Yeah, yeah. I know. It's yeah. She seems distracted, not necessarily like she is sad. She's more like he would pick up that she just looks distracted or nervous about something going on right now, not necessarily about the lab.
He looks to you, and as you kind of give off that vibe, and just sort of looks and goes, "Well, if it's not that, kiddo, what is it?"
Nothing. It's fine.
Oh, well, look, there's plenty of food on offer, and he kind of gestures to the woman that's sitting next to him, who's already got bite marks on her sort of throat, on her arms, and she seems to be loving it, enjoying everything.
No. I'm good. I'm not hungry.
He kind of looks to the woman and gestures for her to go away. Like, I've had enough. Like, leave. And she, of course, obeys or accepts the command. And yeah, he's smoking this very thin, very sort of small cigar. and puts it out on the table and leans in. And as you look close to him, yes, you see this kind of, he kind of disappears from the image of being the party goer, the let's all have fun, let's enjoy things. And he becomes quite serious for a moment and just looks to you going, look, you're one of us now. There's no secrets amongst us. There's something worrying you, something concerning you. It's my job to know. It's my job to help you deal with it. I'm the representative of the Gallows Party. That's what I do. What is it?
Okay.
Come on, kid.
Okay. I really this is there's a lot of people here, and yeah, and it's it's not too comfortable for me. That's all. Well, there's also my sire could be here, you know. Like I am more or less screwed. No matter what I do, he's going to come for me, and I won't be able to say no.
Look, I get it. I get it. Your sire, the wolf. Yeah, I know him. I've heard of him.
Yeah, you might have heard of him, but I'm getting some. After that thing in the the medical crap. You know what processing was?
Look, I don't want to get into how bad it was there.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's sure it was bad. It was just bodies, but they had a security measure. A security measure that neither me or Jonathan should have been able to wake up from.
Wait, that didn't affect you? Look, I gotta give you the truth right now. I knew they're gonna stake you. I don't want to give you the heads up because I thought you'd be scared by it, but wait, that didn't affect you whatsoever?
Neither did it my brother. I have been feeling weird in my chest area, and I'm getting the vibe that since you called him a voodoo doctor, and she just closes her eyes and just shakes her head a bit. Well, this stays between us, okay? But the only thing I could guess is that a voodoo doctor would have some of his pets. The only way that they would not be able to be affected by a stake if their hearts were not there. And she just looks horrified as she says that.
You've got to give me a roll here because he's trying to hide something big time. So give me a wits and empathy roll, but minusing his composure. He has high composure, so be minusing 4. You may spend willpower or whatever you wish to.
Wits.
Wits and empathy.
Minus the 4.
Minusing 4, which is his composure.
I will spend a willpower.
Okay, so you plus 3 to that dice roll, but keep record of the -1 willpower.
Nope.
He looks to you. He looks to you and just goes, God, it's so strange. So you both had that same effect, and it's the wolf. Well, look, I mean, I don't know much about that creature, but well, he's kind of like the kindred Nazi doctor of our kind. I mean, he does all sorts of things. Let's just say he's only the fools or the rich have dealings with him, man. But what I'm trying to say is Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that stuff. Once you're one of us, once you're a true
Don't
member of
worry.
our party, you're protected by us. We will protect you. If he comes for you, if he harasses you, if he does anything to you, you've got like 50, 40 kindred backing you. I don't care how powerful he is. I don't care how much super duper voodoo crap he's got. He has to deal with us first. That's what it means to be a Carthian. That's what it means to be a brother and sister in the Gallows Party.
Well, but thanks.
Look, once you're a member, once you're with us, truly, we will all die for you. We will all give our lives, our mortality, our blood for you. That's how it works. It doesn't matter the odds. It doesn't matter how bad ass they are. It doesn't matter how mortal they are. It doesn't matter how the end of the world stuff. Once you're a member, you are a member. And the only thing we ask of you is you do the same for us.
All right. Thanks. I just. I'm not that good with the big groups. That's all.
I get it. I get it. We've all got our past. We've all got our differences, but we've got your back. That's all I'm going to say. We've got your back. As long as you've got ours.
Of course.
That's all I need to hear. That's all I want to hear. Now, look, I know you don't like the whole audience and embarrassing scenes, but there's a tradition. If you want to become one of us, one of the Gallows Party, you got to go up on the stage. And he kind of points to a center area where the party's going on. We've got a few others.
Make me do this.
Look, I know, and if there's any other way around it, I would.
God, no, please. I just, fuck. And Emily just double face palms with both of her hands, just almost, and she just holds them on the forehead.
Yeah, he puts a hand on your shoulder and just simply says, "Look, I wish there's another way around this, but this is a tradition that's been going back a long time, since the foundation or founding of the Gallows Party. Every member has to go through it. Literally, that's all it's one thing, that's it. You don't have to turn up for any other meetings. You don't have to do anything else afterwards.
Okay.
Okay. Look, we got some others lined up.
Just take me through it. What do I have to do? And
I can't tell you. That's a part of the tradition. You have to just
no. Then I'm not doing it.
Hey, look. And he actually leans in very close to you. And not what's the word? He doesn't touch you or hold you on the shoulder. He does it in a very friendly way. And again, he's incredibly charismatic. The way he comes across, the way he speaks to you, the way his eyes look to you, and just simply says, "Look, trust me, you'll get through it." And that's it. That's all you have to do, and you're in for life.
Okay. You can do this. Okay. And Emily just gets up, rather like almost shoots up, and just begins to she doesn't run, but she just begins to move towards it fairly fast.
Okay, you
seems to want to get this over with.
You move towards the center area, and of course, as you move, you feel the presence of other kindred that are going on the stage or upon the stage. Some of them you do recognize, some of you don't recognize. I'm going to add this because we may do another scene with another PC later. One of them may be your brother, your fellow kindred or sibling. But for this scene's sake, let's just simply say you're not sure. It's he's around. You're not sure if he's on the stage or he's merely present. But you are presented on a stage where people, of course, of surrounding you can see you. And as you go on this stage, you walk up these steps and go on this sort of long wooden sort of platform. And this very arch sort of beam is presented in the platform. And these ropes are dangling from the stage. And each along this wooden sort of beam are ropes of thick, very thick sort of rope or wool or fabric. And there is like 4 to 5 of these ropes dangling from this beam. And as you look, you can obviously see, you don't need to roll for this, trapdoors seem to emanate along the platform itself. And some of the kindred or individual, they'd be kindred, would walk along this as if they knew exactly what they were doing, and sit themselves or stand beside these ropes, waiting for further instruction. You may follow them, you may copy them, and go along.
She will wait to see what's the point. Like, is she going up? Is she going down? She will, like.
It's kind of gestured for you to stand next to one of these ropes, these sort of nooses hanging from this wooden beam.
She will do so.
Okay. So as you stand or as you wait, the crowd get loud. They get wild and crazy. And the music gets louder and louder. And this bizarre mix of sort of a kind of modern music, a techno heavy bass, splashed in with this kind of traditional sort of format that a few kindred are standing around and observing. And of course, yes, the blood drive, the head of the gallows party, suddenly emerges and he addresses the crowd. And as he does so, you can sense the majesty pouring out of him. The kindred ability, it's affecting you, but not in a direct manner. You can ignore it, but it's affecting the crowd. And they get more excited by every word, by every speech, by everything he says. And as they do so, he just announces this speech going, "Those of the blood, those not of the blood, welcome. Tonight we gather. We present new members to the Carthian party, Carthian movement. We present them to the gallows." And he gestures in the way of an executioner, a cutting motion. Every member, of course, must go through the motions of our founders. All of them who met at the gallows, hung, drawn and quartered. But even after this, they reunited and gathered and formed the Gallows Party. Freedom of movement, freedom of speech, and freedom from tyrants of the law. And thus we gather here to repeat this tradition. All members must go through the same act, the same rite as our founders, our forefathers. All must be hung and drawn and quartered before they become members of the Gallows Party. And I speak to each of you, and he points to each member, each kindred. There's been the noose is now just sort of just put around your neck, and your hands are now tied behind you. And he gestures to each member and looks to each member as he points. Do you accept what I ask of you? Do you agree? Do you give yourselves to our movement? Will you live by the Carthian law? Will you die by the Carthian law? Though we are made of monsters, we can be better. What say you? And he points to one person, and they say yes. And of course, the trapdoor releases and they collapse, and the noose tightens around their neck, and they sort of struggle and flinch. He points to the next kindred, who says, "No." The noose strappens, the trapdoor is released, and it's announced. And this carries on to the point he points to you. And as he looks to you and goes, "Do you accept what we offer?"
She will reply yes.
And the trapdoor falls. And of course, as it falls, your neck snaps. To a normal mortal, this would be lethal damage, death, etc. But for you, it is 2 bashing damage to represent the fact that it's just mere. It will take some time to heal it, but it is merely 2 bashing damage to you. And he smiles as you do this. He acknowledges that perhaps something has come across, something has been announced. Now, as he carries on to the next person, and another kindred after this, suddenly a loud explosion happens, a loud sound of noise, gunfire, violence, and suddenly we're presented with a scene where the room is split in half, where half the crowd, half the audience goes to one side of this underground territory, this underground area below the brick or the mechanic shop. And the side of the wall collapses. And as it collapses, we're presented with these individuals who are simply covered in sort of flak armor or militarized, as it were. And this single individual seems to be very present, seems very dominant, and seems to just walk in front of these individuals and glares at the audience, glares at everyone in the crowd, and the kindred on the stage, and the leader. And as he looks to the crowd, and as he exhumes this power, this presence, I'm going to say your Bane activates. You should have a Bane. I do not know what it is because I haven't looked it up.
I will just check. Okay. I believe that her Bane is like all have the fire one, but it's like where the fuck? Where the hell?
You should have your clan Bane, and there should be an additional Bane. All PCs should have an additional Bane. Sorry, I should have looked this up before scene, and I didn't, so I'm going to look at it right now. Jonathan.
I don't think I've written it on my character sheet, honestly.
Okay, let's simply put, because most Banes would be this rule in effect, so we'll simply say it is bashing damage 10 minus your humanity, which I believe is 4 at the moment.
So that is 6.
So you instantly suffer 6 bashing damage automatically.
Can I soak it? Or
No, you cannot soak it, and you cannot heal it either. It's just that is your damage, Paul, while in presence of this individual. You may
so that is 1 lethal from the neck?
No, so you suffer 2 bashing damage from the neck injury. You've sustained.
Yeah, and 6 from the guy. That's 8 bashing.
So it's 8 bashing, but your health pool is 5, which is your size, plus stamina, and then plus your resilience.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
So you should be okay. But
I am okay for the moment, yes.
Yeah, to represent, but that bashing damage this individual causes cannot be healed or absorbed in any way. It just simply happens. That's your Bane. That's your the kindred curse is just this person announces it. So you feel that instantly. Your skin kind of boils, it kind of rots, it kind of festers or crystallizes as this person enters the room. And he looks to the crowd, he looks to the audience as this all happens, and just you cannot sense him. He has that same ability of the hunters. He has no presence. You cannot feel his blood. and you can't sense any of the others that are there, the other individuals, these foot soldiers, these creatures behind him. And he'll look to you, and as he looks to you, you realize he is just covered in barbed wire. He has a singular necklace, and he has a sort of gasoline tanker with him and a shotgun. And he looks to the whole audience, he looks to the whole crowd, and just sort of announces in this voice that causes this damage to you, that causes this bashing damage to you. I am the martyr of Wrath. You are all guilty of sin. The crowd just cries or bows or just sort of, they don't know how to react. They just simply go silent at this voice that kind of booms across the room. Judgment is met. Kill them all. And with that gesture, suddenly, shotgun sounds announced, machine gun sounds announced, gunfire spreads across the room. The whole room is being sprayed with machine guns, pistols, shotguns, and there is a liquid that is being sprayed across the audience or sprayed across the group, the party. And you see Kindred reacting, you see Kindred instantly jumping and getting in the way, but you see them being burned. You see them start to melt at this liquid that they're spraying into the room, that they're sort of pouring into the room.
And Emily has more than enough experience with this, well, what she thinks she knows the liquid is, to know that that is a really bad time waiting to happen. She will probably go over to Blood Drive, grab him, and just say, "We need to evacuate this place now."
Blood Drive is going to be distracted because he's too proud, and he's going to approach the figure. So you could convince him to talk to you or listen to you. Otherwise, he's going to try and attack this figure. So
I will attempt to do so.
So let's say this will be against his resolve, which would be 3. It's a bit lower. So this would be your presence plus persuasion. It's minusing 3 because it's to represent. He's going to be like, no, I'm going to kill this arsehole.
Presence plus what?
Persuasion, minusing 3. If you do roll very well on this, I will see what happens. But
I just need to see a thing first, actually. 2, 3. Fuck it. I'll spend another willpower.
Okay. You may add 3 to that.
How does it?
So you're.
If it's, I have 2 dice, so it minuses 3. Does it go to -1?
Sorry, it's your presence plus.
Yeah, that's 2 dice. That is 2 dice. And you say -3. Does it go to -1 and then?
Minusing 3, but if you're spending a willpower point, that's +3, so that cancels it out. So it's just 2 dice. Basically.
Okay, it's 2 or 3 dice. That was.
Yeah, it's 2 dice if that's what you say. That's the wrong dice pool because I got. No, that's a.
Yeah, the number 2 there. I got 1 success.
Oh, 1 success. Okay, so yes, you. He see. You know what? It's you don't. This is the moment when you really see a kindred. You see how a kindred acts. As soon as he sees his fellow brothers, his fellow sisters, being endangered, he immediately just jumps to protect them. He comes out to attack, to protect, and he does so quick, so fast, and you know he's got these other abilities that he's hiding or not quite showing, but he's about to jump onto the attackers to give his own life, basically, to defend his kindred. But what do you say to persuade him otherwise?
We can save more lives. We can save more of our people if we leave now.
And as you say this, and you put that effort, you put that will into it, he just he stops, he turns, and you hear the screams behind him, and the pains and agony behind him, and the gunshots and the fire, and the blood that's dissolving and killing kindred and others. He cuts the gallows, he cuts the ropes that are tying you all up. And he keeps gesturing for you to go, move. Come on. We've got to get to the cellar. There's an exit. The Carthian tunnels. We need to get to the cellar. He shouts it out like, go to the tunnels. And, as he screams this forward, he gestures for you to go.
And Emily will go, but she will also, she will help people as best she can, but she will run.
He will look to you and just simply go, protect the ones now. Okay. As long as one of us lives, the gallows party lives. It kind of shakes you like, do you understand? Do you understand?
Yeah, and she is leaving at the moment. She is already moving.
Go, and as he kind of gestures for that, he turns around to halt off or to face, and actually as he turns his back, he faces this other individual, that barbed-wired, crazed sort of hunter individual who looks towards him, and he will start speaking or start talking. But I don't think you'll be aware of this. I don't think you'll be aware of the conversation that happens if you just are just trying to escape or go to the tunnels.
Yeah, she will just begin to head off.
Okay. So you head off, and as you head off, these two, suddenly you just hear this confrontation. You hear this battle happen, and you hear the sounds of walls breaking. You hear the sounds of blasting, you hear the sounds of machine guns, shotguns, fire, kindred death, screaming. And I'm going to give you this because there's a bonus that another kindred made through blood sympathy, that you suddenly just have to, it's like a collapse in your chest, a pain in your chest, as you suddenly just feel a blood purge. You kind of feel through the blood kindred being eliminated throughout the whole city. Kindred, you just get brief visions of kindred in fire, being ablaze, kindred being staked, other kindred being cut into pieces or being staked before the sun. You just get this sort of feeling of a mass extinction event, of kindred being wiped from the city of London. And as this kind of hits you very hard, you then proceed forwards, and you have a few kindred before you, and ghouls and mortals who are rushing towards the tunnels. And then as you carry on through this tunnel system, you are presented with an event later. But what are your thoughts? What are your feelings as this is all going on, as this all happens to you?
She is thinking, this is the thing about Emily. When she has something fairly concrete to take, like, put her mind to and have her hands on, escaping from this, keeping the people safe, she's oddly relaxed. This is what even in her mortal days she found like peace from all of the people and all of the things she could not handle or didn't want to face or had problems with or whatever. But when there is a panic, an emergency, a specifically dangerous or tough fight, she's pretty much always on point. She is, analyzing what can she remember from these tunnels, how is the best way to go, who should go first, who should go, like, she's getting all of these. But in the back of her mind, there is, of course, fear for Jonathan. She doesn't know where he is. And secondly, there's also, there were certain hints that this Oracle that is now the childer of the sheriff hinted at certain things she saw. She saw this coming. But in Emily's mind, she's focused on the task at hand, and she is quite convinced that if someone is coming for her, she's not going down without a fight.
As this goes through your mind and you proceed down this kind of there's other kindred, other ghouls kind of gesture. They kind of lead the way in this, and you go kind of into the Carthian tunnel system. And you didn't realize the Carthian tunnel system even connected to this area or to this place, but of course it does, and you lead further down. But as you go forward, yes, you sense other mortals, hunters, creatures, similar, half and half of the entities you met upstairs. And they seem to be, of course, preparing themselves, or at least holding you off or waiting you. And I'm going to give you a roll now. So if you can give me a composure plus your blood potency roll, and see how many successes you gain. And this will give you a bonus to
my composure plus, okay.
Yeah, plus BP, because that's your senses.
Minimum.
If you have an
try
acute,
that again because that was wrong. 2 successes.
2 successes.
Never wait. One of them is a 10. So
It is a 10. 3 can make a difference here. If you have acute senses, that would also bonus to this.
I don't think she does.
Okay, no. So 2 successes. That's fine. You are aware that there are other mortals that are also in this tunnel system, this area that are trying to entrap you. But the tunnel system's so complex that you can weave around or go through. But you have to go through this one tunnel, and you know there are a couple of hunters at the other end. From the heartbeats, from the senses, maybe 5, maybe 2. It's hard to tell because of all the chaos, because of all the madness that is going on right now.
How many people are here besides her?
At the moment, you've got behind you like 4 to 5 kind of herd or mortal types, 3 kind of ghouls, and there's like 2 kindred behind you, but newly embraced, rescued from the med lab facility, barely aware of their own kindred nature, let alone anything else.
All right.
They repeatedly ask you.
She points to the kindred and the ghouls, and she just says, "All right, we're going this way, and we're going to power through. Main thing is, we make sure that we can get past them. Don't necessarily have to kill them. Just make it past them so they don't pack us in or corner us. All right."
I think one of them's going to panic, because of all the madness that's going on. And he says, "Look! I was just told to."
You're
signed up. I to come. You're telling me to what? Charge these guys? Charge these guys? They're killers.
Is it a kindred or is it a ghoul?
It's a kindred. It's panicking, and he's like, "I love it. I love what I am now, but I'm not going to go against these crazy guys. They just nearly wiped the leader out.
Then you're gonna die here." Emily just says to him, and this is fairly close to her beast, so it kind of wells up with.
If we could, I think just to simplify it, let's just say a presence and intimidation roll, and let's see how we go. And this is how well you come across these individuals, just to scare them into obeying you. And if failure, then we'll see what happens.
Everyone run in random directions.
I
have 2 successes.
2 successes, so carry on, and yes, you scare them straight. So what do you do? What do you say?
There's probably people all around these tunnels. Run around and by yourselves, we're going to die. Or you're going to die alone. But if we all attack at one point down that tunnel, I know a way that we can get to a tunnel where it gets too complex down that road, but we need to get past whatever jackasses are down there. And the way we do it is we shock them, we rush them, and power through. And then we only need to just pacify them or just get them away for a bit, and then we pile on through and then run through the tunnels, and we'll be home free. Anyone want to die alone? You can run somewhere else. That's fine. But if you want to survive, then it's this way.
It's the 2 kindred. They looked at each other like they were totally about to bail. They're just like, yeah, run around. But they look to you and seem to go, yeah, she seems to know what she's doing. And goes, right, yeah, we'll follow you. We'll go over you.
And Emily will draw. No, she won't, actually.
They actually look to you and actually let's say, oh, it's good to have another Gallows party member here. They know what they're doing.
And Emily will just begin to, with the ghouls and the vampires at her tail, she will begin to move.
Okay, so you proceed towards this kind of this is a one-way. You're sort of blocked in. This is a one-way area, and they are backing you. So, this will be combat. So, to simply put it, you're going to be fighting 5 hunters, and they will have a certain initiative, and you have a certain initiative, and I'll give you a bonus initiative to represent your fellow supporters or kindred in the fight, and I'll give them a separate dice roll.
I'll just roll 1 dice and then plus.
Yeah. So this will be the initiative. So this would be your dexterity plus composure plus a d10.
Can I spend blood to up my dexterity?
If yes, you may, if you wish, or you may, if you had celerity, you may.
Oh yeah, I will. Oh, I will activate celerity. Yes.
Sorry, yeah, I think you can do it any time. Yes, so you may spend a celerity blood to activate your celerity to up your initiative to the highest pool there. So no matter what I roll, you may do it as a reflective action. So you may do it at any point.
Well, she's going to take 2 actions actually instead. When she gets there.
Okay, at the moment we're just rolling initiative, so this is purely just to determine who's going first. So I'm just going to roll their initiative. So it's a.
So that is 12 for me.
Repeat 1d10. It's an 8, and that's going to be plus 3, so 8, 1, 2, 3. So it's 11 for the hunters.
12 plus the 3, so that's 15 for Emily.
Okay, so Emily, you will go first. The hunters will go second, and your support will go after that. So as you approach these hunters, as you look to this tunnel, they are beaming down with machine guns, with rifles, and one of them, there's 5 hunters that are down this one tunnel, and you need to go down this tunnel to escape. And 2 of them seem to have these sort of machine guns. 2 of them seem to have these kind of close combat weapons. And 1 to 2 of them seem to be supporting this machine that they're trying to set up. And it's kind of machine where they're pumping a fluid into a backpack and a spraying device. And that's what you can see before you. So what do you do?
The guy with the spraying device is going to get hit a lot.
Well, it all depends. He's behind all of them at the moment. So he's right at the back. So you've got this kind of 2 groups in front of you. The ones armed with close combat weapons and the 2 armed with rifles or range weapons. And then the group right behind them is armed with this strange device.
Is there a move where you just like bash people away?
I'm going to give you 2 options right now. If you wish to kind of just charge through them all, you may do that. And if you wish to do that, that would be no defense. You cannot apply your defense to any rolls. But it'd be a strength brawl minus their sort of stamina or group stamina to represent the resistance, holding you off. And that's the brute attack. If you wish to jump around or climb the ceiling or jump on the side, the alleyway, or jump around the side alleyway, that'd be an athletics dexterity, but minusing a lot more. So let's say -4 to the dice roll.
I'll take the dexterity.
So it's the 2 options are brute charge or the jumping around them method.
I will jump around them.
Okay, so you'll jump around them. So this will be very hard. So this will be a dexterity and athletics, but it's going to be a -4 to represent the difficulty of you're literally jumping on the walls, jumping off the ceiling to then try. This is your whole turn to do this, by the way, just to try to get.
I have
to
1
them.
success.
1 success. Okay, so. Sorry, that's including -4, yes?
Yes, that is.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's your whole turn, though. Yeah. So we'll examine that as you are literally jumping around them, moving above the individuals guarding the front kind of corridor, and jumping as you walk around. I'll let you describe as you kind of go around the edge of towards the back. How do you do this?
Yeah, probably like Emily will just. First of all, jump onto the kind of the ceiling. She'll just jump around the first 2 guys and just maybe dodge a couple of hits with the bats or whatever swords or thing, and she will dodge and move the best she can, and she is quite fast, so that helps.
Okay, so you do this. You kind of jump and leap off them or off the wall, off the ceiling, and try to hit the 2 at the back, the 2 individuals right back. And they will have rolls against you. They will have some hits against you as you do this. And you have succeeded. But I will allow them some attack dice. So hold on, repeat. So the rest of the kids, you'll be acting last. But these individuals, the hunters, will be acting against you. So the first lot will be trying to hit you with their weapons. What is your defense, please? Because I think they're still added to this.
My defense is 6, I believe.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's only going to be like 1 dice, I think. Hold on. 3 +4. Yeah, it's but the weapon causes 2 damage. Okay, so it's going to be 1 dice, but it'll be 2 damage per hit. So let's simply say 2 dice. Weapon. We have 3 hitters, so 3 dice. So 3d10. Let's see what happens. 1 success. So one of them manages to hit you, and as they hit you or hit you with this blade or this carved weapon, it causes additional damage. That's 2 bashing damage to you as you kind of leap over them. And that's the ones that are trying to hit you physically. Now, the ones that are trying to shoot you as you kind of go through this corridor as you kind of jump around them. Their weapons are going to be a bit more brutal. So hold on, repeat. D10.
Can I soak that 2 bashing damage?
You may spend your blood point at any point. So that's a reflective action. So you may activate resilience if you wish.
But can't I soak bashing damage? Just with stamina?
No, sorry, you don't. That's not how it works now. Basically, you all suffer damage. If you wish to spend a blood point, you may activate your resilience, which will count as armor, which will
okay.
Ignore whatever damage you receive this turn. So if you have, I'm assuming your resilience is 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so you may spend a blood point to then ignore 2 damage for this entire turn.
She will do so.
Yeah, so that's 1 blood point. So that 2 bashing damage that you just received, I think, or was it 3? I think it was one success. There's 3 bashing damage. You ignore 2 of that, and you only take 1 bashing damage. Now, the second group will be firing their machine guns, their MP3s, at you. And this will cause a lot more damage. So this is their... And you do not count your defense unless you have celerity. Do you have celerity?
Yes.
What is your celerity?
1.
1. So you get 1 defense on this. So this will be their dexterity, so which has 4 plus firearms. That's 3. But that's 1. So 6 dice. And because there's 2 of them firing at you, I will plus... It's 2 automatic damage, so I plus 4 automatic damage to it. So it's going to be quite a bit of damage. So let's simply say 6d10, and that's including the minus 1. So, oh, it didn't work. Hold on. Repeat.
I didn't see anything.
Sorry, I'm just typing now. So 6d10. Wow. Okay, so 2d10. Oh, fuck. Repeat. Copy and paste this stuff. So it's 2d10. It's another 10. Okay. Wow, we're going to get some hits here. It's another 10. Okay. 1 more 10.
Goodbye, everybody.
It's a 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to double the damage to 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's going to be 9 bashing damage as you do this, as you kind of jump and maneuver and hit the individuals in the background. You'll suffer 9 bashing damage. But that represents the... but you minusing 2 because of resilience. So 9 becomes 7 bashing damage. But you basically, yes, you absorb this bullet. You absorb all this firepower, this kind of...
no, I don't. That was 2, then 4, right? So that's...
So from the first hit, you suffered, I think it was 1 to 2 bashing damage, or 1 bashing damage.
Yeah, but everything else, like I got a massive amount of damage just looking at the guy, right?
Oh yes, sorry. Yes, you should have suffered.
I'm at 8, and this is what, 9 extra. So I'm at what, 3?
9. This is 9 bashing damage. So for every extra bashing damage you suffer beyond your health level, gets converted to lethal damage.
Yeah. So I am at... One moment. So that was... How much was it for looking at him? What was it, 6?
I think it was 6. Yes, 6 bashing damage.
6. That's 8. 9. And then how much was this last shot?
This last shot was 9 bashing damage. Sorry, 9, but
So I'm at 7.
No. Minusing 2 because of your resilience, which you activated. So it's 7 bashing damage.
So I am at 5 lethal.
Yes, 5 lethal, basically. I think that sounds correct. Yes. And I think the rest of your health boxes are full of bashing damage.
Oh yes.
Okay, but you don't have any penalties because I believe Kindred, you shouldn't suffer penalties because you are not alive, you are undead. So yes, you are riddled with bullets basically as you charge through this corridor, as you jump and leap, and you absorb all the hits. And as I just to make the scene a bit quicker, you do all this. The rest of the Kindred, the ghouls, they are excited. They're kind of amazed by your ability just to do this as you jump and leap and start to attack the hunters behind them. They will start to attack and eliminate the hunters in front or the first line, and they will kill. I simply put it that they will just simply eliminate the combat kind of hunters in the front line, and the hunters that were shooting at you are now trying to reload. They're reloading their machine guns. They're reloading the MP3.
Okay, so it was full auto. That's why.
Yeah, they were firing. They were firing. That's why they were so. They got quite a few hits on you because they were firing.
I'm not gonna lie, Emily's quite pissed right now.
Oh yeah, you're full of holes. You've been injured quite badly. So we're going to go into the next thing. So to put into your head, basically, the first one hunter is dead because the other Kindred have just eaten him or devoured him or killed him. The 2 sort of hunters, they're reloading their sort of guns or the machine guns as they just emptied their clips at you. And the other 2 Kindred, the 2 hunters that are kind of reloading, not reloading, they're trying to assemble. They've just managed to plug in this kind of flamethrower, this chemical flamethrower, and they're about to start it. They're about to initialize it. But it is your turn first. So what do you do?
Emily will spend yet another blood point to get 2 attack rounds. And
so you're activating your celerity.
Yes.
Is what you're saying. Yes, okay.
And I am going to one guy is holding the flamethrower and the other one, what is he doing? Is he just hooking out
basically something? To describe it is one individual seems to be aiming and using the spraying device. The other individual seems to be holding the container and the large tube.
And I can't smell anything on these guys, right?
It's strange. None of them. They all seem to be immune to your abilities to sense them or to hear them or to.
Right. The guy holding I am going to.
But the Kindred behind you, the 2 Kindred behind you, seem to be jumping at the closest target. That's their turn. They're going to be attacking the closest thing.
Okay. Emily will hit. She will disarm. I need to grapple him first, right?
You may grapple them if you wish.
I can't just disarm him. Just.
You can disarm them if you grapple them.
Yeah. Okay. It is like that. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try and grapple him.
Which individual? Which hunter? The
guy holding the chemical flamethrower thingy.
Sorry, the one that's has the container on his back with the chemical in it, or the one that's
aiming it, spraying it.
Oh, the one that's spraying it. Okay, yes, you grapple him. You try to manipulate him and contain him. So. This would be your grapple roll. So this is strength and brawl. Minusing 3, which is his defense. And I know you have all kinds of other abilities or bonuses, so please tell me if you do have them.
Yeah, I just rolled it right there, and that is...
Wow, 1, 2, 3.
think he is grappled.
2 extra rolls there. So
4. That is 4 successes to grapple him.
4 successes. Well, I'm happy to give you an exceptional there because there's quite a lot. And that's including the -3, yes. So, yeah, you grapple him. And he seems to be trying to spray the hose or use the hose on the other kindred, on you, on whoever. You can sort of blood starts sort of spilling out of the instrument or out of the hose. And it is blood. And normally, yes, the kindred, you'd be excited by this. You'd be excited by the
But she knows exactly what kind of blood it is because she's been in contact with it twice. So,
of course. And actually, even another kindred actually kind of goes towards it thinking it's nothing, but then suddenly he starts to melt or starts to burn and screams as this happens and crawls to the corner of the corridor as this happens and goes like, and you feel so sorry for him because you know exactly what he felt.
And I'm gonna disarm him.
So yes, you have successfully grappled him, and you may perform exceptional. Actually, no, I'm going to give you an exceptional success. So you may perform 2 grapple actions. So you may perform 2. So that is yes, you can disarm him. You may cause your grapple action in damage, or you may use the weapon against him. Is another thing as well.
No. I will knock him prone as well.
Okay, so exceptional there. So yes, you disable him. You cut off the weapon, and as you do so, you knock him out. You use the bashing damage, and you kind of knock the individual out that is using the hose. But the individual that is has the backpack or has the blood basically pumped into his back, looks at you in a very there's another roll here, but basically he looks in a very distressed way. He looks in a very sort of, oh God, I can't believe you did that sort of way. And we're going to do another roll here. So basically all the ghouls and kindred are now going to bypass this corridor. They're going to move past this corridor. And you will have a choice now, I think. So I'm going to let you decide this. There's not much of a roll. Let's just see what you decide. Now, there's a kindred left. There's one kindred left, a few ghouls and other mortals. We're about to go across the corridor to the Carthian safe house. So the Carthian safe corridors. But the individual left before you looks at you in this very desperate way, and he holds his hand up, and he's got a trigger. He's got a button, and he's about to press. Now, what do you do? Will you try to save the kindred and the ghouls that are trying to get to the safe place, the Carthian corridor, or will you escape yourself? Will you just simply leave him and go further into the corridor and leave the other?
You'll try to save them.
Okay, that's your options.
She's gonna try and knock this guy out.
Okay. It's not a matter of knocking this guy out, it's just a simple matter of you will suffer their damage. So I'm gonna roll some it's not about the dice, it's about. Okay, we're going to roll a dice pool now. So this will be your stamina plus resilience plus, I think, athletics. I think it's the best way. It's all physical dice roll. So stamina plus athletics plus your resilience. And I'll add your, if you wish to activate a blood pool point here. And that will negate a certain amount of damage that you're going to get from this person who explodes.
Yeah, she will. And she's going to soon be very hungry because she's down at 4, I think. What do I add anything with the blood?
Let's, if you wish to activate a blood point, that would be your resilience to negate banes. So whatever your resilience is,
Okay, so I don't. Do I add them to the dice pool?
No, it just negates the damage that will be
Okay,
affecting
so
you.
it's Dex.
Dex, stamina. Sorry, stamina and I really don't know what to make this of. It'd be stamina. Let's say stamina plus athletics. I think it's
Yeah, and you said resilience before, but I don't add that because
purely physical.
yeah, okay.
And then resilience adds. If your resilience is, it automatically adds to your stamina. So
Okay.
resilience plus stamina plus athletics.
You're going very robot-y. I can barely make out what you're saying. You're lagging, I think.
Okay, sorry, I apologize for lagging. So I'm looking
Oh, there
for
you go.
your.
There you go.
I'm looking for.
That's 2 successes,
Right,
and that's 110. So I'm gonna roll the extra 2 dice for resilience and the 10.
Your resilience automatic. You don't need to roll for that. Oh, okay.
Okay, so that was only 1, but I don't get any successes anyway.
So your resilience is 2, I believe.
Yeah.
And you spend a blood point to activate that.
Yes.
Okay, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, that is 5 aggravated damage that you have suffered just now. So I know you've already suffered any lethal damage you've suffered. Convert that to aggravated.
Yeah, that's all of them.
So that's all of them.
Yes.
And I believe you still have some bashing damage left.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, so let's simply end it with the extent that you have basically, yes, you have jumped on this individual. And as you jumped on this individual and tried to stop him or try to prevent him from pressing this button, he simply looks at you in his eyes, at least this look of, I have to do this. It's the only way I can save my kind. Selena demands it. The angel demands it. And he presses the button. And as he does so, this blood pours out and it sprays you. It covers you. It literally evaporates every part of your face, your chest, your arms, your fingers. The martyr's blood just starts to dissolve you, evaporate you. And as you kind of look towards yourself or realize where you are, you're like a corpse, a skeleton that's kind of looking up. And as you look up, you just merely see other mortals or kindred, or other young kindred walking past you. And at one point, a kindred looks to you, a young kindred, a kindred of weaker blood than you, looks to you and just simply sort of, you didn't need to do this. You shouldn't have done this. This is too much. Oh, why? This war has become too costly. Too costly.
Shut up and help me up.
And as he helps you up, he literally lifts your skeletal form. He lifts your skeletal form up. And as he looks you up and goes, "It's okay, kiddo. We'll fix you up. We'll fix you up." And he kind of lifts literally you're so close to torpor and skeletal form, and he will run and jog, and actually he'll fight other hunters along this corridor and protect you, and other kindred will fight. And you are crippled at the moment. You're very crippled, very injured, but yes, these kindred, they will fight for you. They are defending you. They will not abandon you. And you're so vulnerable right now. You are literally near torpor. A couple of steps away from torpor. But they are defending you. They'll stop. They'll do everything. And 1 or 2 kindred actually die to help defend you. She's the one that rescued me from the med lab. Go ahead. I'll hold them back. And these hunters keep chasing the kindred, keep following the kindred until a point where they stop, to a point where you are safe, where you can recover. And with that, I think we'll happily end scene. And I wish to thank everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this show. And a promotion for the Gallows Party and the Carthians of London. Good night.